Hello friends, today I am making Goan potato chops or potato cakes with a flavorful ground beef filling. For my ingredients, I have 9 garlic cloves and 1-inch piece of ginger that I will grind separately. Then I have coriander seeds, which is 2 teaspoons. It's also known as dhania seeds. I've got 3 small cardamoms, 3 pieces of cinnamon, cloves are 8, and 21 peppercorns, and 1 teaspoon of cumin or zira seeds. And I will be grinding these in my dry grinder separately. Then I have 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri chili powder, that's really not spicy, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 kg of ground beef, 2 medium-sized onions that I will chop, a little bit of cilantro or dhania leaves that I will chop, and I will also chop 1 serrano chili to add to the ground beef. I'm going to add this unusual ingredient this time, which is crushed tomato. I will use about 3 tablespoons. It just helps to keep the ground beef together as a filling, and it also gives color and flavor. For frying, I will beat 2 eggs, and I will then use breadcrumbs. And of course, salt for seasoning and oil for shallow frying. Besides that, I have about 7 large potatoes, and I'm using russet potatoes this time. And I'm going to boil them, and then when it cools down, I will skin it and I will mash the potato. I'm going to add just a little bit of oil to a warm pan, and I've got my flame on low. I've added my onions. Stir them a bit just to soften the onions, and it doesn't need to be brown. Now I've added the chopped ginger and garlic. I've used my mini chopper for this purpose. Saute. Once you get the aroma of the ginger and garlic, would be the time to add your spices. These are the ground spices that I'm going to add now. This is the red Kashmiri chili and the turmeric that I'm adding. Saute and stir. Crushed tomatoes. 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons, because I do have a whole kg of ground beef. Saute the crushed tomatoes with the spices and the onions. Salt to taste. Keep stirring till it mixes a bit. Now's the time to add the 1 kg of ground beef. I'm going to cook extra ground beef so that I have some left over for another dish. and that is the reason why I have so many spices. Keep stirring till the spices and the ground beef mix together. I will continue stirring the ground beef till it changes its color a bit. And to help it along the way, I will put about a quarter cup of water and continue to stir. I'm going to add another quarter cup of water because I find it is a bit dry and it needs some more water to help it along the way. The ground beef, a nice color. Rather than it being brown, you're going to get a nice color. And as I've said before, it's going to help the ground beef to stick together, and it makes it easier for a filling. It should cook within half an hour, so we'll come back later. I've chopped my green chilies really fine, so nobody's going to get big pieces in their mouth. And if you feel it's too much, you can always de-seed your one chili. Once this is cooked, I'm going to add chopped cilantro, and then I'm going to let it cool down, and we'll come back. See you soon. It's been more than 35 minutes that I've cooking the ground beef, and I've added the cilantro now, and you can see the water has dried up and the ground beef is sticking together and it's leaving the sides of the pan. So I'm going to let this cool down. I've peeled and mashed the potato, and I've added a little bit of salt and some chopped cilantro in it. My ground beef is cooled and it's looking really nice the way I want it. So I'm going to take a bowl like this and flatten it. And I'll take a nice heapful of ground beef. A little bit more maybe. And I'm just going to try and bring it together. There you go. One is ready. If there's a little bit of ground beef shown, you can just cover it up. Flatten it. Make it look like a nice patty or cake or potato chop, as they call it in Goa. And I'm going to keep it here because I'm going to do one more for you. So about this much potato, about a nice heap full of spoon, and just try and bring it all together. There. While my oil is heating up, I might do one more. Make it look really neat and nice. Keep it aside. I beat 2 eggs and I'm going to dip my potato chops in the egg And then the breadcrumbs. Pat it nicely. In this oil. It's not too much oil, it's just a shallow fry. Egg wash. I like to do 2 at a time so it's easy. Flip them over. I'm just going to continue this. So it's on a very low to medium flame, and I'm going to just turn them around for the other side to get cooked. It's all cooked, it just needs to brown and get a nice color around it. If you want the edges to get done very carefully, you can move them to the edge. Just be very careful once you do that. It takes about maybe a minute or 2 on each side. So I'm going to remove them and keep them aside. I'm just going to do 2 more, and I'm going to come back and show you how it is when I cut it in half. So here are my potato chops. I've done this one slightly smaller for you to see. I've got a whole lot of ground beef left that I can use for the remainder of the mashed potato, and I will still have leftover that I can use for another dish. I'm just going to put one for you and let you see the filling.